The Lord is with you.
And also with you.
We continue listening to God speak to us from the Gospel in the tradition of Matthew.
Glory to you, Lord.
When Jesus saw the crowds, he went up the mountainside. He sat down, and the disciples came to him, and he began to teach them. He said to them, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for the reign of heaven is yours. Blessed are they who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are they who hunger and thirst for righteousness, they will be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the clean of heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. And blessed are they who are persecuted for the sake of righteousness, for theirs is the reign of heaven. And blessed are you when people insult you and persecute you, and utter every kind of evil against you falsely because of me. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward will be great." This is the gospel, the good news of our salvation.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
By the words of the gospel, may our sins be blotted out.
Amen.
So we're in the month of November. Yesterday we celebrated All Saints' Day. Today we celebrate All Souls' Day. And this Feast of All Saints is predominantly celebrated. The only time we actually celebrate All Souls' Day in a collective manner is when it's on a Sunday. So this year we have both days of equal importance in the life of the church, in the life of the family of humanity. I read something recently in America magazine that I just want to share with you this morning. In the jungles of South America, in the vast country of Brazil, they recently discovered a new tribe of people. In fact, they were amazed to find this group of people in this particular geographical area. And they began to film them, tape them, without their knowledge, from a long distance away. And one day, as they were gathering up their equipment, they happened to drop an iPad. And they didn't realize that they had lost this. The next day, one of the tribesmen comes and sees this thing on the ground and is obviously amazed. The shininess of it, the manner in which something that he had never seen before. And he was so hesitant of this particular object that he went and got a giant leaf and he picked this object up and brought it across the river, which no one really ever crossed, back to the village. And everyone is in the same condition he's in, completely amazed. And they brought this item to the shaman, the local clergy person. And you know, a lot of us who are in organized, formal religions don't realize that that Spirit of God isn't just with those who are in formalized religions. That presence of God, as I said at the beginning, is with all those who welcome the Spirit of God. So they give this item to the shaman, And all of a sudden he happens to touch the button. And this thing becomes alive. And not only does it become alive, but it shows everything that had been recorded. And they were completely amazed. That's you and me. We are nothing unless the presence of God ignites us. The manner in which this thing came to life is the same way that we come to life when God calls us. And I don't mean calls us into a new way of life through a transition of death, but the manner in which God calls each one of us. If we listen to the gospel, and we've heard this gospel over and over and over again, it's what we call the beginning of the Sermon on the Mount. Now, this gospel of Matthew was written by a Jew, by a Jewish community, for a Jewish community. And it was vital that Jesus is shown as the new Moses to the Jewish mind. Moses gets the commandments where? On the mountainside. Comes down the mountainsides with the talent. And to the Jewish mind, the presence of God is on the mountain. So Jesus goes to the mountain and he sits. Not standing, but sitting. On eye level with the people. When I go to the facilities the 3 facilities that I'm a chaplain at, I don't stand when I'm talking to the people. Right, Sally?
Right.
I sit because we're talking. Now, it's not Joe who's standing here lording over and preaching. We have to make eye contact. This particular section here, and I've said this more times than I can remember, if before you die, you read nothing else in the gospel, read Matthew 5, 6, and 7, the Sermon on the Mount. And in these 3 chapters, Matthew has put together everything that Jesus wanted us to know. And here, and I hope I'm not going to sound sacrilegious, but, and I've used this term before, Dr. Jesus, and James is shaking his head, he gives us the prescription for life. Right? You go to a medical doctor, you complain, whatever, here, take the prescription, take 2, call me tomorrow. Dr. Jesus gives us the prescription of life. If you want to be blessed, well then, this is what you got to do. Comfort those who mourn. Be merciful. Be peacemaking.